Our next guest started a soulful indie pop band based in Chicago called OSTON.
Well, she's here to talk about her music and her upbringing, how it heavily influenced her sound. Her name is OSTON.
Hi.
And OSTON, what's an indie pop sound? What is that? I mean, I don't even know what that means.
So, pop music, right?
I get that.
But with like a kind of like a bluesy indie flair. Do you ever listen to indie music?
Of course I do.
Yeah.
I'm a big indie fan. But
Doesn't he look like an indie fan?
You look such an indie fan.
It's my flowing hair.
Yes.
No, but I do. I mean, I think indie rock is cool, and your videos that are really cool. I love the whole kind of vibe about it, but it's very freeing. It's like a free flowing kind of music, right?
I guess you could say that. We spent a lot of time working on developing, how we want the sound to be. The first EP we put out, called "Sitting at the Kids' Table," was more of a pop-centric EP. And as we move forward and progress, we're adding more elements of rock and blues and
fun.
Indie.
Okay, so there's one of the videos that we're talking about. Do you always wear the overalls? Is that your look?
I love
I'm seeing overalls here.
Yeah. I love overalls. They're the comfiest things. I'm actually wearing those in that,
that video.
I don't know, they're just so easy, and I feel like you can have 5 pairs and wear them all the time, and it's like I never have to go shopping.
It's so much easier. Tell me obviously you are a young musician. You've been in the music business a little while now. What has surprised you? I know you've just moved to LA, so what has surprised you about the music industry moving to LA?
I think LA kind of has a stigma to it. Everyone I talked to, when I told them I was moving to LA, they were like, "Oh, good luck. Like, it's really hard out there." So I was expecting it to be this really rough, tough place where you have to really make a name for yourself. But the more writing sessions I've done, the more shows I've done, I've realized it's really a community out here. And once you kind of meet the right people and start playing shows, and you realize how small knit the community is.
The music community is.
And
right.
Every writing session I do now, people are like, "Oh, you wrote with him? We're great friends," and we get
That's awesome.
lunch together now. And so I just wasn't expecting it to be so welcoming.
So tell me a little bit about what we said at the beginning, was that your growing up kind of influenced your music in the way that you had it in your music.
Yeah, I mean, growing up, I was really into adult contemporary music. I really liked Adele. I wanted to do early Ed Sheeran kind of music. I really liked Sarah Bareilles, more ballady kind of stuff. And then once I really started diving into pop music when I got to Chicago, I was so lyric centric, and I wanted to find a way to kind of blend the two. Not that my songs are really adult contemporary anymore. But that definitely influenced the way that I look at writing structure and how I want to pull different parts of different genres.
It sounds very methodical when you talk about writing. You have a method to it. You're talking about structure of lyric writing and all of this. But where does your inspiration come from? Because you can't have the structure of lyrics without having a source of that.
So, like I said, I was really into the whole adult contemporary scene, and when I got to Chicago, I started working with this studio who was really into pop, and they kind of sat me down and had me listen to the Ariana Grande album. That's when Billie Eilish was putting out her first stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
I dove into the Lorde melodrama album. Julia Michaels was incredibly influential when she put out her Nervous System EP. So, I don't know, just drawing from that. And then also my band is very into older music. They love the Beatles, and not that Fall Out Boy's old, but just different genres that I wouldn't really
have recognized earlier.
Right.
You did say early Ed Sheeran. I'm thinking to myself, early Ed Sheeran,
Yeah,
really?
early Ed Sheeran. I get what you're saying.
But it's interesting because you're now with these guys from Chicago, and they look like a rough and tumble bunch that probably keep you, guessing what they're going to do next on stage, right? How creatively involved are you with them as well?
I mean, we work together on it. Well, now that I'm in LA, it's a little bit harder, but when I'm in Chicago, we're rehearsing and we're hanging out 24/7. My manager as well is incredibly influential in how we kind of figure out the stage plot and everything we're going to do. But, really going into next year, there's going to be a lot of changes. We have a lot of content that we've been working on, and there's going to be a lot of difference moving into 2020.
Well, that video we saw looks like you're having a great time on stage.
Always.
So,
Yeah, we played a show last night. We played Madam Siam. We found a music showcase, and we had the best time ever.
That's great.
What do you see? You're talking about 2020, but what do you see in your I mean, you can read the future or tell the future,
I
but
am
like, what do you?
psychic.
Yes, it's extremely psychic. So, what do you, Ms. Psychic, think about the future of Austin? What would you like to see with your music career and the band?
Going into 2020, I'm really just excited to start putting out the music we've been working on. I've spent this entire year writing content that I think is the best that I've ever created, and I'm really excited about that. So we'll be putting new things out. We're doing a lot of shows. We're hoping to do some kind of like support slot and really just figure out how we want the live setup to look. And get the music out as much as possible.
But are we talking about world domination here? Are we talking about the Grammys? Like, what do you want in the big picture?
In the big picture, of course. I mean, I think everyone who does music wants to be able to reach as many people as they can. My ultimate goal is to be able to, live off of it and tour and just play shows every single day and meet new people and play to new people. But I would say, I don't see that in the immediate future. I don't hope to be someone that blows up overnight. I hope to be someone that continues to gain fans one at a time and make those like real connections. That's what's really important.
You've got some amazing maturity, and you've got a single coming out that's coming out today.
Yes.
And what's the name of that single? Where should we look for it?
So it's actually, I have a song that's out already. It's called Last Time, and we really wanted to make an acoustic version of it because it's so beautiful as an acoustic ballad. So we made that. It comes out today.
Great.
It's on all platforms, and
well,
Fantastic.
we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, you're going to perform.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Looking forward to Austin live right here.
thank you guys.
Ooh, cool.
We'll be right back.